going on here? All right, where I left off. I was looking at the Dixie. Yeah, guys, I'm back. Woo! Um, Technology. The battle, not this battle of bulls and bears, this battle of Greg versus technology. And oh, so we're looking at the U.S. dollar index. This is a 5-minute chart of that. It's a basket of currencies versus the U.S. dollar. And you can see that we have that same kind of up and down movement. And this will go in the opposite direction of the euro. In fact, if I can put the euro on here, EURUSD, and we put that on there, we can see that they move in the opposite direction. See? So when the euro rallies, the dollar drops, and when the euro rallies, dollar drops, and vice versa. Okay. So they're like a mirror image of each other. And so if we see the dollar strengthening, it usually means that the euro is weakening, like here, right? And so here we have this drop where we are right now in the euro, and we had a rise in the dollar, and we can see that that the dollar's actually there we go. It's getting more bearish, right? And so we see the euro getting higher, right? So this is if you want to compare two different currencies, or you want to compare Bitcoin to gold or something like that, you can just use the plus button on TradingView, and that will show you which one will compare both at the same time, right? So we can actually compare, for instance, if you compare I'm going to remove the euro, and I'll show you another correlate. We'll call this correlation trading. We can compare the dollar to the S&P 500. We go SPX. You gotta know the symbols, and I know, like, if you're just starting, I go, where are all these symbols, right? But you can see here is the S&P 500. It's going a nice uptrend, right? Higher highs and higher lows, right? And then the dollar, it sells off, right? And anytime the S&P sells off, like if we were going to a daily chart, you can see dollar goes down and the stock market goes up, right? All right, so enough of that. Let's get into real world. Okay, so so again, another long wick, a wicked wick. The wicked wick of the West. The wicked. This is like Big Bang Theory. They have that professor with he can't pronounce the W's. So where's the waffet? The waffet's here. When making good waffet. No, not wooey. Wooey, it's going wooey wad. All right. Anyway, so large bear candle here at the 618 reversal, right? So now we're heading up. 8:35 is an hour. This news page reversal, and you can see we tagged the 618. So it actually played out, and the trend line got broke. So if I'm not going to take another shot at this. If we break this high, that might be pretty interesting too, because now we pulled back. Take your trend line across the top, and we got another break. And if you want, you can say, okay, I can look for these breaks, and then if I want to tighten up my money management a bit, hey, if I break the trend line, the yellow trend line, I'm out. But again, bulls and bears slugging out. When they're equally matched, you have a triangle, and then one will win over the other. Either the bull or the bear will win out of that, right? And I was basically going for the fast, that we get a fast impulse move up, which New York has the overlap between London and New York. We have the overlap, and in fact, if you compare volumes and liquidity, we have more liquidity during the see there's our break, and if we take a stab at that, okay, and you know, our risk is that old double, and the old high can be a double top. But let's see, we saw a little bit of green, and then we also have a fib relationship as well, where we can take a fib from the low to the high, and then we bounced at the 50% retracement. We draw a trend line across the top, then we broke, and then we left an expansion target. First target 618. Okay, next target will be 100% expansion, one spot 1793. The next one will be the 127% expansion, one spot 1797. And then you have a 1.618. Now these expansions keep going. You got the 2.618 expansion, one spot 1818, which takes us back to the 100% expansion of that wick, that wicked wick, right? The wicked wick. There's those W's again. Okay, but this is like the first, like this would be like a TP1, and if that TP1, you could take, you know, if you took partial profit there and let the rest of it run, which is what I teach in the Elite Traders University. And if you want to learn more about the Elite Traders University and our philosophy and how the systems work, and find out about the results we get for clients, you can go ahead and can't click that link, but when it goes by, it's 4 pillars to 6 figures. You can also go to our website, EliteTradersUniversity.com, and you can go ahead and you can download a free income blueprint ebook, as well as you can watch the sign up for the masterclass. Here it comes, www.4pillars to 6 figures. Okay, so we are still looking. See, we tagged the 618 and got a little bit above the old high there. And this long wick is very bullish on a 1-hour chart. We won't have a closing candle until like in 25 minutes. And then so here's our 1 minute chart breaking out some. And we have a 100% expansion target. We can get that 100% expansion target up there. We can get about 10 pips out of that, right? So we can get that 100% expansion target. One spot 1793. And it's like, I am not having that, Greg. I am so tired. I need some coffee. But buyers stepped in there. 1 minute chart. This is a 1 minute chart. On the 1 hour chart, you just see that long bearish. See, that was a large red bearish candle, and now the buyers are stepping in. Buyers, and as they step in, this wick gets long, right? And you can see that we are moving on up like George and Wheezy. And we bounce at the 618. So, I mean, and here we go. There we go. We've got a profit and making new highs. Okay, 100% expansion was hit. 127% expansion was hit. This candle went from red to green. Okay, so that means that the close is turned red again, right? See, we're getting that news fade reversal. It's you know, the 7:45 was where we had our announcement from the ECB, and it'll be an hour in about 5 minutes. We'll be it'll be an hour since the announcement, and you can see this is wicked here. Long wick to the north side, long wick to the stop side. So they basically cleared everybody out. Except for me, I was a little stubborn. I held my positions on through. Do not recommend doing that at all, ladies and gentlemen. But I just wanted to show you the power of Fibonacci in real time, and hopefully that's very helpful to you to see that at this level, right? We hit and look, the 618 is a Fibonacci growth number. 618 is called Phi, P-H-I. You can look that up. And Phi is like the fingerprint of God. It's the sacred math. You know, if you take the distance from your top of your head to your nose, from your nose to your belly button, and take that distance and make it into a ratio, you come up with these ratios: 618, 382, 1.618 expansion. They're in the pyramids of Egypt, and the formation of galaxies, the formation of the way rabbits reproduce. That's where Fibonacci, one of the things he observed. And the way petals on a flower grow, you either have in fives, you're 5 or 8, 13, 34, 89, 55. Those are the number, those numbers in sequence, the Fibonacci sequence. It's very beautiful. If you ever study Fibonacci math and the formation of the galaxy, the spiral of your ear, the spiral of this price, the relationship between price and time. If you took the distance in time from here to here and the distance from here to here, there is a Fibonacci relationship, right? And I mean, the relationship was very clear here. Price pulled back to a fib expansion, and I had it. We had 618. We rarely stop at 618. We usually go for the 100% expansion. In fact, H.M. Gartley, developer of the Gartley butterflies and Gartley harmonics, he based his extensions on pattern 222, which is the 100% expansion target, where if you get a pullback, you get the 100% expansion. So those are all kind of governing these things, right? So now we get the 127% expansion. And what we can do, let's take all this off, and then we got this process repeats itself, unless it doesn't, right? If there is human beings that are interested in the market, you have this. You'll see if you can take this low, right? We take this low, and we have an established high. Okay, we start all over again. When we take a fib from the low. It's like a Drake song, from the bottom to the top, and now we're here, boom. And then we look for a Fibonacci bounce, either the 382, 50, 618, 50% retracement. And look for that break above that. Now there's more to this. It's not just this. You can take what I'm doing and apply it to your trading in a do-it-yourself kind of way. But there are other nuances. There's indicators that I have on another chart, which I'm not displaying, that are privy to our Elite Traders University Hip and Run students. And some of my students are like, "Hey, Greg, you're flying about your chart." I know, I got my chart over here, right? I didn't have it. When you think, "Oh, I can fly solo without it," and these are common indicators, but the way they are used and how they are tuned is proprietary. And I'll give you, this stuff you can find on the internet, and you can piece it together yourself. You can do some Google searches and some YouTubes, and you could probably put something together like this. But the secret spice in there that really My students paid, 5 figures, 5 and 6 figures for. Um, so, well, 5 figures. We've only had one mastermind with an individual for 6 figures. Um, so, let's say 4 and 5 figures mostly, right? So it would be a lot out of integrity to give that away for free for those who have invested. But I will give you a lot more quickly, or you can actually, instead of like going all over the internet looking at this, you can actually see this actually being applied in real time, win, lose, or draw, um, for educational purposes. This is not to follow Greg and make $1,000,000. I don't run a service like that. We used to run services like that, but I far better having students learn how to fish, and then they can fish for themselves. So they can find opportunities like Larnie. She gave us a trade on the Aussie Kiwi last night, and she popped in the chat box. And a year ago, she said the stuff I was saying was like Chinese. She didn't understand it, right? Now, I mean, she picked the bottom on this trade. Yeah, she picked the bottom on this one. We went long. I mean, just a perfect break, and then went right there. We were able to grab. Let's pull that back. I think moves by itself. There he goes. Yeah, we grabbed like 46 pips on that. I actually got out early. Turned chicken, right? This was a really good trade though, because it didn't no flashback during Asia. It kind of like just did its thing. I mean, look, one, 2 red candles and all of them all green. Aussie Kiwi is a very good currency to trade. It's a kind of a turtle right now. It's pulling back, but it's in an uptrend. And you can do the same thing. You take a low to high, boom, right? And it'll probably even work better here. 23% usually doesn't hold, and then we have a 38% retracement at 105.78. And I, probably, it's going into the weekend, but if I see a bounce here, then I'd love to take it. We got this little stick sandwich right there. Stick sandwich is like when they mark the 38% retracement before it even started. You need 2 points, you need a high and a low to have a fib, right? So they will move a candle and make this green, red, green kind of a sandwich. You got like 2 slices of bread with a piece of meat in between, and they'll put it right there at a fib, right? And it lines it up before you get. Now remember, you have this before you have the high, so they put that in ahead of time. So it almost marks where they're going to, and that's just another little piece of secret sauce. I'm going to give you little drips of secret sauce here and there. But if you want the full thing, you want to set up a call with one of our enrollment specialists at the EliteTradersUniversity.com/apply. And you want to take a look, right? So here we go. Oh, there's our break north. Big bullish engulfing candle. Hey, you missed that, right? See, at the 50% retracement. So I'm alright. I drew the high and the low. We pulled back. We got out here, right? And I could have re-entered there. A little late to enter the trade. We want it, but that's basically what we do. Now it is 8:45, so that's it's a 1 hour after the announcement. Are we anywhere near our goal? I mean, this is where it all started here, and now we're back to where we were. We went up and went down, and now we're back exactly where we were before the announcement. Really, right? So kind of a big shakeout. So might be very interesting. I'm going to take a trend line across the top and look for a trigger, right? And see if we break that, and then we broke it. We broke it by a little bit, didn't break it by a whole lot. and I'll see if we can. Maybe we can get that old 100% target. That would be very cool if we did that. Thanks for sticking with me. You probably say, Greg, there he is in the red again. And like I said, if we do like Asia session, and usually Asia session kind of sucks, but Asia session was actually been hit, and London hits. And a great trader who trades London is Michael. Michael is fantastic. Oh my God, he is such a beast. And he's over here at the London Bankers Strategy Blueprint, and he's got a pretty good following there. But he posts like 200 pips. You understand that in 2019 he was my student in March, and he was a losing trader. For years, up and down, and now he's an instructor at the Elite Traders University, and he has like 200 pips, 300 pips in a day, just crushing it. And he's an amazing instructor. He's an amazing course called the London Bankers Strategy Blueprint, and just private message me or private message him and ask about it. It's a great course. I would recommend that you take my course first to get because his course is advanced and it's short. It's like 4 weeks. But if you don't have the foundation of Pip and Run, then you will probably it might be over your head. But it's like I said. But once you have the foundation and you have the course, and I think we might have a bundle package where you get both courses for a special early action price. But perfect timing. And NFP just rocks it. I would just love to have him do a live stream with me, but it's really late over there, or really early in New Zealand. Just tons of really great trades, right? So you just, he did. Like I said, he was on my case study. He did 1,000% in 2 months after being in my course. After years of, now he's, he is, living on the beach in New Zealand and just living the life, while, and he got many of his great friends involved in Elite Traders University. I think I'm just going to move the university to New Zealand because we have so many Kiwis in our course. And, Jan and Vanessa and Nawaf, a big shout out to you, Mario, big shout out to you guys who, my New Zealand contingent to, you've got the master on the in your neighborhood that which is very cool. And so people who are going through COVID, back did lockdowns and things like that, they were like, hey Michael, what are you doing, man? Michael's into construction, and he's like, aren't you what are you doing about the lockdown? You're not able to build anything. He goes, I don't do that anymore. So what do you do? Well, I trade forex. I got this guy named Greg in the United States teaching me how to trade, and he'll teach you too. So he gets in my course first, and then take him to the next step where you get some really precision with his London banker strategy. Before construction, he actually worked at a bank in New Zealand, one of the largest banks in New Zealand. So he went from banker to construction worker back to forex trader, which is an interesting story. Anyway, back to our trades here. And hey, we're up. We got green, and we're not as negative, which is good. And so we get a nice little pullback, and then we're looking for an extension. Remember, we got our pullback, and we look for an extension. So we take our Fibonacci expansion. We go from our low to our high, and we go back. 618 is at 118.30. So we haven't even hit the first target yet, right? I mean, but you see that candle's turned. I mean, we got another one in, right? And you can take some of the 618. Let's see. And you can see this candle here is really. Can you imagine all the people were short here, and now this candle is turning bullish? It's probably really throwing some people off, right? So again, the 100% expansion is way up there. We haven't even hit that, and the first target would be 618 at 1.1803. Okay, so let's see if we can hit that. Yeah, we're definitely going to salvage this. No, not definitely, but we have a good chance based on probabilities to bring this all back into the positive before, I guess, before 10. But these long wicks are extremely. It's like battling of the sword of the lightsabers. So we got two green ones and not a red one and a green one. So it tells me that maybe the rebels are going to beat the. Okay. So we got back to the old high and we took that high and that low, so we need expansion. Looking for that break. Yes, breakout. Okay. One spot 1796. Lots of battle going on. It's whole number round number right there too. One spot 1800. Get that whole number round number area right here, and it's a battle. And I think once the bulls can break above that, then it's smooth sailing up into that 100% expansion. There's sellers coming in like, oh no, you don't. I mean, we have like this. I mean, it's a double. It's a double. We got a double top. The workings of a double top, right? Rejection at this area. I used to change the line color by just. I have to go direct. Okay. So let's say that purple line is our double top line, and we have this sloppy trend line. This is a very sloppy trend line. It's supposed to be like above. That's our swing. We broke down. So then when price breaks out, it returns to the scene of the crime, and we look for some type of an expansion. We could draw trend lines, top of trend lines, like sloping trend line there. You can't really see that. Let's see if I can change that. I don't know why my line doesn't change when I change the color. I have to actually click the line. Yeah. I know we're so picky now about software and you get people that, I really don't like the user interface, the GUI. I mean, back in the day, you had backslashes and the green screen, the phosphorescent green, and you had like all these like Control M to do this and Control Z to do that, and so we're really spoiled. The old DOS interface, C:/dir, like, and like, oh well, it doesn't. And I click it, it doesn't change colors. Like, we didn't have color. we had a couple of stone tablets and a woodpecker chipping like letters on the top of it or something like that. Like Fred Flintstone. I remember when they came out the quill pen. Yeah. And papyrus was the in thing, right? There we go. I tell you what, the Bears are probably in a heck of a lot of pain. Right. Now, you gotta understand there's probably a bunch of stops up here at the one spot 1812 where people got short, placed their stop above the high, and if prices move into that high, then we'll probably have a really super bad explosion to the upside. I mean, it's like 61.31. And if I held on the shorts, I'd probably be equally as burnt as I am on the longs. I'd rather be long because we've got this the risk on rally. Risk on. We have this risk on versus risk off kind of thing. Where we have the stock markets are rallying, usually the dollar sinks, and the bull market has been very strong, and so when you have a very strong bull market where everything is nice and stocks are going up and the prices are moving up, well then the dollar usually goes down. Okay, during risk on. Risk off, hey, it's bad, the pandemic, the Delta variant, the fires, the drought. When the market starts thinking about that kind of stuff, then the dollar is going higher, right? And then the Aussie and the Kiwi and the Euro and the pound usually go down during risk off. So I'm going to do a workshop on risk on and risk off. Which currencies are risk on? Which ones are risk off? If you like something like that, let me know in the chat box. And also, if there's anything else you would like to learn about as far as we're starting back our workshop series on things that you want to learn. What do you want to learn? What you want to learn? What you still having challenges with? Okay. But risk on, risk off is very is foundational, and even because it doesn't sound like you think risk on is like, oh man, I'm protecting myself. It's like really, risk on is less dangerous, so you want to take on risk, right? Because it's nice. Right? There's no missile attacks, there's no zombie invasions, there's no earthquakes, and there's no Armageddon. So risk on, right? Risk off, war, famine, missiles attack, invasions, pandemics, global financial crisis, stock market crashes. Risk off, right? So, and the market constantly flips back and forth. It can flip back and forth in a day or even a couple of hours based on what's the news flow. That's why guys, they have their screens. Like I have multiple screens, and one of them is dedicated to news. That's why I have my market heat map has a streaming news, right? Oh no. Okay. Oh no. Okay. All right. Hit the wrong tab there. There we go. We got a break there, and we'll. Look at that. Hit that 618. And I'd like to see if we can get, if we break that. Oh, look at that gap. A gap, guys. Look at that. Gap. It's a new candle. It's 9 o'clock. We have a new candle. New high. New high. Breakout. Look at that. Look at that. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, Give me my money. Give me some money. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that one. Yeah. I got one back here. I'm going to probably take that one too, right? All right. There we go. There we go. We're back in like I said, we clear these stops here. One spot 1812. This is going to the moon. The moon. I'm probably gonna take. Okay. We're back in business, baby. 100% expansion, one spot 1815. We're currently trading one spot 1805 at 905. And I know so a lot of these central banks, they don't want their currency to go up. So they want to talk it down as much as possible because it makes their exports more expensive. So there's this race down, so, a weaker US dollar on the surface, like, oh man, my currency is getting weaker. But if you are an exporter, you are able to sell your goods much cheaper. In fact, that's one of the Asia market edges that the president had fought against was calling China a currency manipulator, calling a lot of but we set them up that way, that we wrote in their constitution, for like Korea and Japan, especially Japan after World War II, we set their economy up to have a weaker currency during certain times of the year, so it would benefit their burgeoning, post-war economy. So now we weaken their currency, we change their fiscal year from December to March, so they can get more sales and things during the Christmas holidays, right? They weaken their currency from like October to March. And then they repatriation flows. They bring that money back to Japan in March 31st. And we did that for Japan. We didn't want them to go communist. We didn't want them to after dropping 2 atomic bombs on them, it's like, hey, we're sorry guys, tell you what we're gonna do, and you're gonna like this. What you're gonna do is you're gonna weaken your currency. Don't worry about having an army. We'll defend you, and just weaken your currency during this time. And it's been going on since 1945. They weaken their currency, like October or September, and makes all their exports. It was like my first currency trade in 1995. Old time trader said, look, hey, you want to make some money? He's like, yeah, sure. Short the yen, buy puts on the yen. I go, puts? What's a put? Where do we put it? You mean put it in my pocket? What's a put? Put is an option, but not a right, but not the option, but not the obligation to buy currency at a certain price. Oh, okay. So I'm kind of like renting it, like yeah. So I bought a put, and it went up because the yen went down. So puts go up in price or go up in value when the price goes down, when the value goes down. So the yen was going down, and I made money. I'm like going, this is fun. This is cool. But it happens every year, or no. I mean, you got some years where you get anomalies where things don't happen the way they normally happen, but it's designed that way. The system was designed that way. So then you have someone that says, hey, he's a currency manipulator. But other Asian countries go, hey, that's a great idea. China looked at that, and then Nixon went to China and opened them up in the 70s, because they were a closed society. You could get anything out of China. The China we recognized was Taiwan. We didn't recognize Red China. The current China that we're dealing with as a superpower. We kind of like built that, and that issue. So other Asian countries said, hey, let's devalue our currency at the same time, and that way we can get, we can make our exports cheaper too. Hence, we've got Korea that does this, and Thailand, and Malaysia, right? So weak currency is a strategy to sell more goods, right? And in fact, like you look at a Lexus or Toyota or any of the other Japanese companies, they don't give you like cash back incentives for buying cars, right? Because the whole country, the devaluation. I was talking to, big shout out to Kevin St. Louis, who was my I had a LaCrosse, and he was my car dealer. I bought a couple of cars from him, and he says there's about $5,000 in incentives built in because of the currency manipulation, right? So You're not going to find Japanese cars with cashback incentives because they already devalue their currency in order to make their goods cheaper, right? Santa's Workshop. You find you can buy more Sony PlayStations and Lexuses and other Japanese goods. You can buy them cheaper because the currency is devalued on purpose. Okay, and it's not. It's like, well, that's not fair. Well, America created it. We created the Deming's quality circles. The whole economy was created by watch the movie Gung Ho. I think it was Michael Keaton in that movie. It was all designed by the United States. We built good things. We built the Japanese economy. Not me. I wasn't there. But this is just history. This is stuff, They might revise it and erase it and, never happened. Who's this guy? It becomes like in the memory hole. All right, so 100% expansion is really close. And the opening bell is the next big thing that's going to happen 9:30. I don't think we have any news. Oh, what's going on in my streaming for okay, ECB tweaks guidance in line with new. I can bring this over. You can read it with me, right? Well, I don't want to cover this up. Ah, it's green. Ah, the lovely shade of green. McLeod is Irish mocha. I love it. That's a nice shade of green. You have a forest green, like this green on the up right here in the my market heat map, right? What a difference a day makes. I'm sorry, people say, Ray, I can tell when you're in a bad mood because you've got red on your screen makes you bad. That's like make you mad. That's like if I have like red day after day after day, it makes me mad. But here we go. Let's go. Push it, baby. Push. Boom. Go. Pay me. Hands free, baby. Hands free. 100% expansion. Pay me. Hit me. Bam. Let's go. Go. Euro. Go. Hey, oh. Hey, and I'm gonna get out of all these trades because I have an itchy trigger finger and I don't want to stay anymore because I'm sleepy and I would like to let this run and move my stop up. That's what I probably should do, and we'll do it. All right, so we can trail. We have a trail stop now. Our stop is above our entry, so we get stopped out. We get 4 pips. All right, and look at that candle. The 100% expansion is at one spot 1832, and again, my name is Greg McLeod, and I have a big smile on my face. No. But really, ideally, we're all taught in the various books. It's very important to keep a even emotion, and but let's we're having a little fun here. It's Thursday. When you're doing this on a regular basis, it becomes routine: wash, rinse, and repeat. But you can't help that, celebrate a little bit, have a little bit of fun. But not to get over. So we just broke the old high right there, and so now we can move that. We can move that stop up. Lock in 7.5 pips, I'm a risk-free trade now. I have a risk-free. I'm playing with house money now, right? It goes up, I can trail it up a little bit more. And we can see we really stunk this place up. But we still came out with, I mean, we had some initial losses, initial chop, right? Initial chop. But we eked out $4,129 in profit. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Okay, there we go. You can't see that. Move that. Oh, I got stopped out. Okay. But stopped out the profit though. Right, stopped out the profit. Okay. So that was it. We closed that one on our profit. So yeah, so initially we got chopped. We stunk up the place. Yeah, honestly. I'm gonna zoom in on that. Let you see that. We got chopped up. We got stopped out south. We got stopped out north. We went heavy. So, wasn't pretty. Honestly, it wasn't pretty. But at the end, we came out with a profit. Now, I probably will, be a little bit more cautious during the New York session. Maybe even waiting an hour after the announcement. This news fade is kind of a pretty good thing. And let me know in the chat box if that works out for you too. Take a New York session and take a look at one of those news announcements. And wait an hour instead of going right on the announcement. Wait, come in 45 minutes in there. It probably bottomed out and maybe see we can get these reversals. New York is kind of known for the reversals anyway, So that might be, these kind of you get some information. You debrief about these. You look at, okay, we got this kind of chop. We've seen that chop 3 different times. The Bank of Canada announcement, chop. Non-farm payroll was chop. And then we have this ECB, all of them during the New York session and the chop. And then we did the Kiwi. We did the Kiwi rate announcement, no chop. The Australian minutes, no chop. And there was one other that was I think employment data that was fine, right? Just moved right there, right? And so we can look at that and learn a little bit more about our position sizing when going into one of these announcements. It seems like the Asian ones, they move right away. The New York ones, that news fade works pretty well because we can see how price actually reversed. It went down, boom, to 618, reversed, and went higher. You gotta figure all these guys got stopped out here. We might be able to make it to the 1832, but I'm good. We hung on, and ordinarily I would not hang on, and it's really not that bad. I know people that, oh, look at this surge, oh, surge. Don't get FOMO, and that's another thing too. When you're on these small time frames, you go, oh wow, look at that, and it moves 2 pips in this giant candle in it, right? So it was a 35 pip pullback before we actually went ahead and inverse risk reward. If you don't have a system, it's not going to be. Here we go. Here's our 100% expansion. Look at that. So a little bit, hold it for a little bit more, right? Look at that. Anyway, if you are interested in learning more and learning in depth, you feel this was useful or helpful, give me a thumbs up in that box down below. Let me know what you if you have any questions about what type of what do you want to learn next, anytime what topics you want to learn, things that you're interested in, things what you're having trouble with still in your trading. Well, let me know. I can make a webinar or make a video about it. But in the meantime, get my market heat map. Is my really cool tool for monitoring the market. So I have my news feed over here, and I opened up multiple tabs. I have one here for my news. I can duplicate that, and then go to another tab. I can pull up the forex majors heat map, right? I can take a look at that. Well, Aussie was a lot better. Ooh, 0.54, right? So I can have different monitors like that, and it's a really cool deal. Ordinarily it's $199 lifetime access, but we're having on sale now, 75% off if you use the code HeatMap75. Now we put HeatMap75 in the checkout. We'll probably do is go to pricing, put the coupon in. It'll still say $199, but if you scroll down to the bottom, it will say $49.99. Okay, so that is again, you can just get. So you can go to www.mymarketheatmap.com and then get my tool for monitoring the markets, all-purpose tool. Not only that, it has an 81-course video course called Forex Foundations course in here. Under the bonuses, there's like $9,500 worth of bonuses. There's a private coaching session with me, a VIP Facebook group, premium email support, free VIP ETU mentorship. You get like a course module, which you'll be able to take for free, and that's about a $500 value. And you have a $5,000 scholarship to Elite Traders University. Take $5,000 off our platinum package, and you get free access to the Forex Foundations course, the 81 video course. In fact, it's the course itself. If you're new to Forex and you need a course, you get this course for free. For just for that. So anyway, so act now. Click the go to mymarketheatmap.com. There's also a $1 trial. You can go to the website too, My Market Heat Map, and it's also a trial. And it saves you so much time because if you don't know what to trade, hey, we can go to Aussie dollar and look for a trade because it's in an uptrend. Green's in an uptrend, like behind me. You got some currencies that are, Aussie pairs in the up, and then you got pairs trending down, and you got the gray, stay away. And there's a little short video right here, I love my video here.
Action, a lack of knowledge and experience has you wasting more time than you make. Would have trained like a pro and making smart decisions could be. No scanning endless charts or analyzing confusing reports. No time-consuming research or unreliable social media hot trading tips. Quit the guessing game, avoid risk, and get the answers to make huge profits starting right now. With My Market Heat Map, a trade scanner that provides a complete overview of 28 forex currency pairs, plus gold, silver, oil, commodities, crypto, and other major global market indices. And efficiently identifying profitable market trends and lucrative trade opportunities has never been easier. Simply buy in green, sell in red, and stay away from gray. Earn more, lose less. For a limited time, get a 7-day trial of My Market Heat Map for only $1 today using the coupon code $HEATMAP. As now, time is running out. Only now get over $9,500 in bonuses, including video courses, free forex signals, private coaching, and much more. My Market Heat Map. Transform your trading efforts from amateur to pro.
Card not included. Oops. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. See you later. Bye.